This morning when I switched my phone on, I saw a notification of a comment left on one of my videos. And so obviously I read the comment, and it was an actual suggestion. And the person, I think it's a man or was it a woman, I can't remember. Anyway, they said, have I ever considered going on the TV program called Take Me Out? Because they believe that I would make a fantastic contestant. I told them the reason why I wouldn't go on there, and this is the reason why I'm going to share with you. Now, this is the irony. There's a bit of an irony with all of that, and I thought, well, it'd be good for me to share this irony with you. Right. We'll start off with the first irony. When it comes to performing in front of an audience, i.e. doing a dance performance or even doing a performance in front of a female audience on a ladies' night, I have way more confidence than the average man. Now, without sounding big-headed, without sounding conceited, which I am not, but, you know, I need to preface this before I say it. Even at the age of 55, physically, I am fitter than the average man. That, without a shadow of a doubt. You'll see, I will give you some samples at the end of this video and you'll see for yourself. Despite that, why won't I go and Take Me Out? Okay, right. The reason why I am fitter than the average man, the reason why I have more confidence when it comes to performing in front of an audience than the average man is because all of that confidence stems from an insecurity from a teenage. When I was a teenager, when I was a child, and mostly when I was a teenager, I was undermined, underrated, and so based on the hang-ups as a teenager, I got into fitness training, and once I discovered I had a skill in dancing, that was a how can you put it, I suppose in a way a lifesaver, because when you're a teenager, like especially when you're 15, 16, you're on that crossroad. You're like an open book, and what you experience at that age will read out in the rest of your adult life, and you're at kind of crossroads. You could go one way or the other. You could either go downhill or uphill. And once I discovered I had some relative dance skills, it put me on the road uphill. And it was a kind of like a recovery from, it was kind of therapy for being underrated and undermined as a teenager. And some of the cruel rejection I've had from girls, because obviously they weren't women yet, from girls in high school and stuff like that. And yeah, so unfortunately there still are scars left from those years. I mean, subconsciously, I know this is wrong, subconsciously I still prejudge certain types of women. If a certain type of woman was to walk towards me in the street, subconsciously I would make up my mind that she's an unpleasant cunt before she even opens her mouth, unless she approaches me first or she does something to demonstrate that she's warm, kind-hearted and down to earth. If she walks down the road with that usual frown on her face, dressed the way she is, and well, basically a ghetto woman. And it's worse, it's even worse if they're a black ghetto woman. I have that prejudgment based on the experience I had as a teenager from that type. I know it's wrong, but you know, that's my problem. That's not your problem, that's my problem. Anyway. And the next reason why I wouldn't go on Take Me Out, and I nearly said Got to Dance, that's a TV program I did appear on, is because I rate my looks, be it face or the whole lot of me, I rate it like the music called funk. Funk music has its following. You have fans who like retro funk, b-boy funk, you know, but I'm aware that those fans make up the minority. Funk is not like mainstream pop music. If it's like, mainstream pop music has a mass audience, a mass following, a mass, if you make a mainstream pop record, lots of people are going to buy it. If you release a funk record, only a few people will buy it. So I class myself as funk music. Yes, I have my fans, but they make up the minority in the female race, you see. So based on that, I'm not going to line myself up for some I'm not going to line myself up for some big ass rejection on TV. Now, if it was a one-on-one, if I appear on TV on a date, that I would do, because I have no problem with one woman, because I'm either her type or I'm not a type, and that's no big deal. I can handle that, But a whole panel, with all the confidence I got, my ego is not strong enough for that. You see the irony. I got more confidence than the average guy, but I still have the confidence to go in front of a panel of women to be judged. Well, what can you say? At least I'm honest. If anything else, at least I'm honest. Okay, thank you very much. Hope you enjoy the rest of the clips. That backs up what I've said earlier. Hello, my name is Ron Sampson. I'm 50. Sweet.